Welcome to the channel, and today I'm going to be talking about horror movies that are coming in 2020. Now, if you do enjoy the video, you know what to do. Now, if I miss any horror films, let me know in the comments below. But these are the most anticipated horror films for 2020. Now, this is my list and this is my opinion. And these films have been announced. They've already been announced, so don't say that, oh, that hasn't been announced when all these films I'm about to say have been announced. So starting off with now I am excited for all of these. I'm excited and hyped for every single one of these films. Let's start off with Halloween Kills. Halloween Kills. Halloween Kills will be coming in 2020 of October. Cannot wait for Halloween Kills. I will go ahead and say right now, I think Halloween Kills will be the best Halloween film. Right now, the best Halloween film is really tied. To me, the best Halloween film is really tied. You got to me, the original Halloween 4 and Halloween 2018, they're the best in the franchise. But I think Halloween Kills is going to top all of them. Really is. So Halloween Kills coming out 2020. The next one is Candyman. I am excited for Candyman. Like I said, I'm excited for all of these, but Candyman, very interested into what Jordan Peele can do, because I love Candyman. I'm going to watch it tonight and film a review, because I love Candyman. I need it for my collection. Very bad. That's why I can't watch it a lot, because I don't own it. Thankfully, they put it on Netflix so I can watch it. Because I need to get the Blu-ray, like I keep saying. But I'm a huge fan of Candyman. I'm just a fan. I mean, I like the other ones, but the first one, classic. So I can't wait to see what Jordan Peele does with Candyman. I'm excited. I will be there. I can't wait. The Grudge. Yes, we're getting a new Grudge. There was some photos that came out. I'm not following any news on The Grudge. Like I said, I'm not following any news on The Grudge. One big reason is, to me, The Grudge, I think it's supposed to come out in January. I'm not that hyped for The Grudge. I do think the original Grudge, it's not that, it's hard to explain, and I can't talk, but the Grudge that came out in 2005, 2004 or 5, that Grudge was effective, and it was a remake. I think The Grudge was effective and good. Them to remake it again, I'm not a fan of that. I mean, I just feel like they're gonna take The Grudge and just put cheap jump scares in there and go, like, here's a horror film, nah, bro, nah. We got to do something better than that. To me, The Grudge, it's a film that I was kind of hyped for. It was kind of, kind of cool. But then he kept delaying it, kept putting it off and hesitating and putting it out. I just don't care for The Grudge. You may, but I don't care for The Grudge remake, whatever it is now. The Quiet Place 2. I am hyped. Not like I said I'm hyped for all of these, but Quiet Place 2, I love the first one. The first one had a unique premise. I think, The Quiet Place, again, had a unique premise. And I love The Quiet Place, so can't wait to see what they do in the sequel. The Conjuring 3 will be coming out 2020 as well. Like I said, all these films are coming out next year, and they have been confirmed. Conjuring 3. I love the Conjuring universe. Don't get me wrong. Love the Conjuring universe. Love it. Love it. But I have some bones to pick with the Conjuring universe, if you will. I do have some bones to pick, if you will. I don't know about The Conjuring 3. I'm hyped for it, But after seeing The Nun, and after seeing the new Annabelle that came out in June, I'm not that hyped for Conjuring 3 like I was. I mean, will I go see Conjuring 3? Of course. Of course I will. You know, like I said, I do have a little bit of hype for the Conjuring 3. But I'm not going to sit there and go, yeah, Conjuring 3, when I was so disappointed by the new Annabelle and really disappointed by The Nun. The Nun sucked. Like, if you're a fan of The Nun, appreciate you, respect your opinion, but I hated The Nun. The Nun was so boring. I mean, I did like the design, I did like the premise, but it just got missed out. I just hate when a film does that, you know. Like, it has a great opportunity, but just throws it out the window. I hate that. I hate when a film does that. And that's what The Nun did for me. And we already talked about Halloween Kills Saw. I'm very curious. What's this new Saw film? We don't know if it's going to be a sequel. We don't know if it's going to be a prequel. We don't know if it's going to be a remake or a soft reboot. We don't know if it's going to... Yeah, we don't know nothing about the new Saw. Only that Chris Rock's going to be in it. I mean, I am hyped for Saw. But I just have one problem with Saw. The new Saw that's coming out, I have one problem with it. Next is, it sounds like they're doing the same story. You know, like the first two Saws were focused on detectives. Well, the second one was more focused on a detective, but you know what I mean. The new Saw is supposedly focusing on two detectives. Come on, you know what I mean? Like, Saw is such a unique franchise. There's so many opportunities. But say the first two Saws are the best in the franchise. The first two Saws focus on story and very story-driven. To me, like, from part 3 on, they got too out there, too wild. And that's what kind of drawed everyone away from that franchise. Jigsaw tried to recapture the first two. And to me, Jigsaw was okay. Like, I really did like Jigsaw. It was okay. Well, it wasn't the best, but it was okay. Because it tried to recapture what the first two did. You know what I mean? So, I'm excited for Saw, but like I said, I hope that's not the whole movie, just two detectives trying to find out who the killer is, when us, an audience, knows we know who the killer is going to be. It's always going to be John Kramer, number one. Two, we've had that detective type of story in many Saw films, more specifically, I think even in the third one. I don't remember the third Saw that well, but the first two are really focused on a detective. Don't recycle stuff. You know, that's, especially in horror, you can't recycle stories. That can kill a franchise like that. It may not kill it so early, but it may kill it later on. You know, look at, for example, Child's Play 3. Look at Child's Play 3. It was rushed. It had a stale story. Some fans love it. I'm mixed on the film, but you look at Child's Play 3, for example, many other films. Same story, same plot, and look where those films stand today. You know what I mean? Saw needs some more appreciation. So if you just tell the same old thing beat for beat, no one's gonna care for this franchise anymore. And to me, that's sad because Saw is one of my favorite horror franchises. More specifically, I prefer the first two. I could care less about the other ones, but the other ones are pretty good as well. I just prefer 1 and 2. That's so off topic. Army of Dead. I have not heard nothing about Army of Dead. What is Army of Dead? Don't know. But them are the horror films that are coming out in 2020. We got Candyman, we got The Grudge, Quiet Place 2, The Conjuring 3, Halloween Kills, Saw reboot, Saw sequel, Saw prequel, and I think I said Candyman, and we're gonna get Halloween Kills. Now, which one I'm the most excited for? Which one am I most excited for? It's really, I cannot pick just one. I'm going to have to pick two. Horror movie-wise, my most anticipated film of 2020, horror-wise, it's going to be Halloween Kills. and Candyman. It would have to go in that order. Halloween Kills and Candyman. Because I can't wait to see what they do with Halloween Kills. I can't wait to see what they do with Candyman. Can't wait. So that is the horror films that are coming out in 2020. Like I said, if I missed any, let me know in the comments below. It's crazy that it's almost Halloween. It's almost 2020. It's crazy. Where has this year gone? A year has not flew by this fast since 2016. I think 2016 and this year has flew by like that. Like it's gone. You know what I mean? So I hope 2020 is more of a slower year and you can just take it in a little bit more, you know? So 2020, and you gotta, into 2020 is the year for horror films. As I said, all those horror films coming out. Like, think about that. We're getting Saw, we're getting Candyman, we're getting Halloween, and a couple of others I probably missed. Think about all those horror films we're gonna be getting. It's gonna be the year for horror. I'm telling you, it's gonna be the year for horror, and I promise you, we'll get a lot of dope announcements too. In 2020, probably for a lot of films. You know, I just can't wait for 2020. As a horror fan, I can't wait for 2020 because all these great, awesome, litty films. I cannot wait for all these horror films. 2020 is a year for horror. You can argue with me with that, but think about it. We're gonna get Candyman. We're gonna get all of this stuff. Cannot wait. So if you did enjoy the video, big thumbs up. Please subscribe if you're new. Please hit that bell if you enjoy my content. I will catch everyone in the next video. Happy October.